Okay, so this is for the subject capital markets, and the topic of this video is financial system. So we have here an article from investopedia.com. Okay, so by definition, what is a financial system? A financial system is a set of institutions such as banks, insurance companies, and stock exchanges that permit the exchange of funds. Financial systems exist on firm, regional, global levels. Borrowers, lenders, and investors exchange current funds to finance projects, either for consumption or productive investments, and to pursue a return on their financial assets. The financial system also includes sets of rules and practices that borrowers and lenders use to decide which projects get financed, who finances projects, and terms of financial deals. Okay? So, compare natin dito sa situation natin sa Philippines. So, ano nga ba yung financial system? So, essentially, it's a collective of all the financial institutions that we have. Hindi lang mga banks. Okay, we also have non-bank financial institutions such as insurances, cooperatives, pawn shops, mga non-bank financial institutions. And they also comprise the financial system. And what happens in a financial system is that you have these parties or these people na mayroong excess funds, pwedeng mga depositors, okay, pwedeng mga investors, wherein, they put their money into financial intermediaries. Normally, itong financial intermediaries na to, ito yung mga financial institutions nga, majority of which are banks, okay? And then, aside from banks, andyan din nga yung mga non-bank financial institutions. Tapos, yun namang mga parties or mga tao na nangangailangan ng pera, pwedeng individuals, pwedeng groups, pwedeng entrepreneurs, pwedeng businesses, na nangangailangan ng funds for their, let's say, personal consumption or for their endeavors or mga business projects nila. So, they go to the financial institutions to get their needed funds, okay? And then, itong financial institutions, depending on their evaluation, review ng financial capabilities and, background din tong mga borrowers, then they would release yung kanilang pangailangan na financial resources, okay? So, of course, on the part nitong investors or depositors, syempre, they would earn a small interest, normally, small interest. And then, ito namang on the other side, yung mga borrowers, normally they pay interest na mas mataas. Kasi itong si financial intermediary, they would also need to earn. So, yung, kumbaga, magbabayad ng, let's say, 12%, itong si mga borrowers, tapos itong si ito namang mga nag-provide ng financial resources, mga depositors and investors, they would earn, let's say, 1 to 2%. Yung the rest, pang operations nitong mga financial intermediaries, and of course, profit din nila. Kasi in a way, sila naman kasi yung nag-manage ng funds. And they're also the ones that ensure that the financial resources would earn money. Okay? So, in a way, dito sa financial system, merong role talaga yung mga financial intermediaries natin in ensuring na ang mga nabibigyan ng financial resources ay yung mga nangangailangan talaga at merong potential na makapag-earn or makapag-contribute din sa economic activities ng bansa. Okay? In a way, ang financial system dito sa Pilipinas, it's being regulated naman kasi nga, pera ng public normally yung involved dyan, and they would like to ensure na yung paggagamitan ng mga financial resources is contributory nga to the economic activities ng bansa. Okay? And of course, historically, we've had mga financial crisis, recession, depression, and so to avoid those things, minarapat nila na i-regulate ang financial system. So here in the Philippines, we have the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, they have the Monetary Board, and sila yung nagre-regulate ng mga financial institutions. Okay? In a way, pag niregulate mo kasi yung financial institutions kasi nga, di ba, sila yung normally nagme-manage ng bulk ng public funds, not necessarily public funds, money ng public, na pinapa-manage lang din naman sa kanila or sinesave ng mga tao sa kanilang mga institutions. Okay? Ayan. Key takeaway sa financial system is set of global, regional, or firm-specific institutions and practices used to facilitate the exchange of funds. So we have siguro dito sa atin regional, national, and then of course global din naman meron. Financial systems can be organized using market principles, central planning, or a hybrid of both. Okay? So, market principles, yung law of supply and demand, gaano karami yung nangangailangan ng pera sa nagpo-provide ng pera or ng funds. And then you have your central planning. In a way, ang monetary board nagre-release naman sila ng priority sectors ng bansa. And so, itong mga financial institutions natin, they allocate a certain percentage of their resources na pinapautang nila ay sa mga businesses in those specific sectors na tinag ng monetary board as priority sectors. So, merong mga ganon. Okay? And then, hybrid of both. Institutions within the financial system include everything from banks to stock exchanges and government treasuries. Okay, kasama rin ang government. Understanding the financial system. So like any other industry, the financial system can be organized using markets, central planning, or some mix of both. Yung central planning, syempre we have the central bank naman that, they do this one. Financial markets involve borrowers, lenders, and investors negotiating loans and other transactions. In these markets, the economic good traded on both sides is usually some form of money. Okay? Excuse me. Current money, the cash, and then claims on future money, credit. Tapos we have claims on the future income potential or value of real assets, yung equity. Okay? These also include derivative instruments. Yung derivative instruments, example nito yung commodity futures or stock options. Financial instruments that are dependent on an underlying real or financial assets performance. In financial markets, these are all traded among borrowers, lenders, and investors. So, yun yung normally three players natin. You have your borrowers, lenders, and investors. And of course, we have the financial intermediaries, yung mga financial institutions. According to the normal law of supply and demand. Okay? In a centrally planned financial system, yung mga bansa na merong central bank na, nagmo-monitor ng financial system, the financing of consumption and investment plans is not decided by counterparties. Okay? Yung borrowers, lenders, and investors nga. Kasi nga, minimanage siya ng central bank. Okay? Meron tayong limits on merong merong nagsiset ng current market rates or interest rates, diba? Hindi pwedeng although sa informal informal financial institutions, yes, yung borrower saka yung lender sila pwede silang negotiate and agree on a certain interest rate, pero in regulated financial institutions such as banks, syempre they should abide by the set interest rates ng central banks. And of course, marami pang regulations like capital requirements, other requirements before makapag-release ng loans, mga ganyan. So, they should abide by all those rules and regulations. Okay? In a transaction but directly by a manager or central planner, so yun nga, central bank natin, which projects receive funds, whose projects receive funds, and who funds them is determined by the planner. So yun, every year nga merong nire-release na list of priority sectors. And of course, pagdating sa government government banking institutions natin, diba, they really prioritize yung ating mga agriculture sector, mga SMEs natin, ganyan. Okay? And then, pagdating naman sa private sector, private banking institutions, syempre, they also abide yung guidance ng central bank on how much to allocate dun sa ating mga priority sectors. Okay? Whether that means a business manager or a party boss or a central bank. Most financial systems contain elements of both give and take markets and top-down central planning. Give and take, syempre you have your parties na merong excess money. They go to the financial intermediaries, and itong financial intermediaries binibigay dun sa mga nangangailangan ng funding. Okay? And then top-down central planning kasi yung regulatory authority, sila yung nagpa-pass down ng mga regulations. Okay? And then, yung example niya dito, a business firm is a centrally planned financial system with respect to its internal financial decisions, yes. However, it typically operates within a broader market, interacting with external lenders and investors to carry out its long-term plans. Okay. And then at the same time, all modern financial markets operate within some kind of government regulatory framework. Yun na nga, meron tayong central bank that sets limits on what types of transactions are allowed. Financial systems are often strictly regulated because they directly influence decisions over real assets, economic performance, and consumer protection. Mainly yung consumer protection kasi pera yan ng mga tao na nagsisave sa mga bangko. Okay? Kasi nga, pinakamalaki naman, with regards to financial system, pinakamalaki ay banks. I think 85 or to 86%. Tapos the rest ay non-bank financial institutions. Okay, then last part, financial market components. Multiple components make up the financial system at different levels. Financial market, ito yung pinakang broad. Under niya, dun mo makikita rin yung secondary, primary financial markets. Siya mo rin makikita yung capital market mismo, saka yung money markets and other types of markets din. Okay? The firm's financial system is the set of implemented procedures that track the financial activities of the company. Okay? Financial system naman yun. Within a firm, the financial system encompasses all aspects of finances. Saan nanggagaling yung pera, including accounting measures, paano ina-account yung transactions, revenue and expense schedule, so, cash in and cash outflow, wages, and balance sheet verification. On a regional scale, the financial system is the system that enables lenders and borrowers to exchange funds through the financial intermediaries. Regional financial systems include banks and other institutions such as securities exchanges and financial clearing houses. Ayan. So, kumbaga, interaction naman between the financial institutions. And then yung global financial system, basically a broader regional system that encompasses all financial institutions, borrowers, and lenders within the global economy. Example nito ay the IMF, International Monetary Fund, tapos you have your central banks of various countries interacting or transacting with one another, government treasuries, and monetary authorities, the World Bank, and major private international banks. Okay? So, ayan lang for this one. This is only a discussion of the financial system since this is also part of the, diba, yung sa banking and financial institutions na subject. So, parang review na lang din. Okay? So, that's it for this one. Thanks and bye.